Hello everyone! Welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. You know it is Into Resin Day again. I finally got the second package because the first package was too big, like I said, if you follow me, and they had to put the second package in the mail, so they didn't come at the same time, and they were kind of spread apart, which is crazy because I think they were mailed at the same time. Regardless, doesn't matter. I finally got it. We have 5 more molds to do. Let's get through them. So this is a cute little pumpkin, not a pumpkin, it's a ghost. He's a little shiny ghost and he's holding a little heart right down in there, but obviously you can see on the screen. So this is one of their newer, they have a lot of new Halloween ones, and he was gonna let me choose as many as I wanted, but because I don't do scary and gory and all that stuff, there were only 3 for me to choose, so I took the other 3. The rest, please go on their website if you like all that Halloween stuff. They have tons of new Halloween molds, you guys. Tons of them to choose from. So this is a cute little ghost, and he's got 2 little eyes and that heart. Then I chose this one. This is like a tiny version of the bigger one that I have from last year, and it's a crystally pumpkin. So the other one that I have, I'm gonna get back out. I need to do it. It's like this big with the lid, but this one is just a pumpkin standalone with no lid. So that's gonna be really pretty. All those facets shining in there. And then the other Halloween one that I chose was this one. Hang on, I got stuff on there. This is a little pumpkin carriage, and it's gonna be really pretty. I'm not sure how to pour it other than how they show it in one color, but I don't know. I don't like doing one color. How did I get stuff in there? I literally just opened it. Oh, I think that came from the original cast. I think they lost a stone. Yep, they did, but it's good. Oh, I got it out. Okay, so this is the pumpkin carriage. So those are the 3 Halloween fallish type ones that I chose. And then for the last 2 that I got for my normal month picks, I got a jar, of course. And this is a tulip jar. It's really cute. I thought it was going to be bigger, but it's okay because I don't need to pour a ton of resin this week. So this has the tulip on the top and some leaves. And then the bottom is just plain but shiny, so hopefully we got enough shine in this one that we don't have a completely matte top, because some of it is matte, kind of like frosted glass, I guess. So we'll probably paint that with some mica powders or something. So there is that one. And then I got a big one. Here it is. This is the tulip rose jar. Crystals all over this thing. This is one I wish I had a pressure pot for, because there's like crystals all up underneath here, and without a pressure pot I'm gonna end up with a bunch of bubbles up on the back side, but at least it's the back side. So the flowers are gorgeously shiny, and then you have the shine from the crystals. So I'm gonna have to figure out the best way to do this one. So those are them. Don't forget, this one is your giveaway mold at the end, and the end we're going to do, well, me and Tracy from Mini Scenes GB are going to do another collab for our last one this month. So she is the ambassador from the UK, I am the ambassador from the US for Into Resin. So we're going to get together, we're going to do a collab on our last one and do our giveaway at the same time. So that is going to be premiered on September 21st, 2025. 6 p.m. So first, I think we're going to do Tracy's because it's much later over there in the UK, so we could all watch Tracy's first. We could chat live on the comments on hers, and then as soon as hers is over, we're going to jump over to my channel at 6 o'clock, and then we can all chit chat on my channel, and we're going to kind of do the same theme, not the same mold this time, but the same theme. So make sure you write it down. 21st, I will get you a time for Tracy's because I'm not sure how long her video is, but we'll get that timing set and we'll let you know. So let me figure out which one I'm going to do, and then grab all my colors and we'll get started. I chose the little tulip jar, so I pulled out 3 chameleon colors. This one is Copper Roses, this one is just one from Temu for a green, and then this one is Olive. And I'm just gonna basically paint on the flower. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to paint on first. I think I'm going to do this this olive color, which is going to end up being, I'm not quite sure. It depends what color I back it with. If you back it with black, it ends up being gold. I'm going to just do this little stamen here, or whatever it's called, in the center. I'm going to have to clean between everything. But I was using this little lip gloss brush the other day, and it worked out pretty well, so I'm going to try it again. And I got little Q-tips. That's all I want for that color right there. That's it. Little Q-tips to clean up everything else before I put the powder on. Oops. Don't want to take off what I just did. And I think I will do the flower, which you can go so many directions with this. You don't even have to paint this. You could just pour it one color. You could pour it clear and you would see that it looks like, let me move this. It would probably look like frosted glass if you did it in clear. Let me grab my switching sponge, because that worked out the last time I tried it. Takes off, even off of those, it takes it off. So I think I'm gonna do it this color. Now, this is a very, very, very expensive chameleon powder that Barbara bought me a while ago. Now, I will say, most of you don't have the budget for this chameleon powder, and I was shocked that she bought this for me. The Let's Resin has one very similar to it. It's not exact, but it is so similar you couldn't tell. So Let's Resin, I think it's called, I don't remember, I'd have to find it, but I know one of their intense camellia powders come out really similar to this one. So if you like this one and you can't afford this one, if you can afford it, obviously support her small business. But most people, I think this was like $75 for this jar of 5 grams. I was like floored when I found out. I didn't know for the longest time. And then when I asked Barbara if that was what she paid, she's like, yes. I'm like, please don't do that again. But if you can support them and you want to pay that, that's great. Otherwise, Let's Resin has a very similar color. But I love this one. I use it very sparingly now that I know that. I didn't know it at first, probably for 6 months. And I'm just using it, and then I found out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't just throw that on anything. That's crazy. So now I'm very, very particular on what I put it on. Now I'm just gonna clean the flower portion, or the petal portions, and do those in the green. It's really not that bad. I think it's this little brush that's so good. I will try to remember to link them. I don't know if I did last time or not. Oh, I'm almost out of green, but we can use the chrome powders if you run out of green. They have beautiful greens in there. I've even just recently used the Let's Resin regular mica powder as a green, and it worked. So I was shocked that it worked, because normally I didn't have good luck in the past with mica powders. I mean, if you back them in black, it's probably gonna dull, but I think if you back them in like a white or something, your normal mica powders shouldn't dull. I mean, it depends what mica powders you're using too. I'm just trying to. And if I get on this portion, if you're new to this, it doesn't matter. So whatever touches your silicone first is what you're gonna see. So it's okay if I get it on the other portions, because you're not gonna see it at all. So I'm just gonna go through and get all the leaves done. Now that part, because I got the red on the silicone, I do need to take it off, because you will see that. Let's do, this is so hard for me to see what I'm doing here. I don't want to, oh, I think that's a leaf up here too. It's always the first time is like when we learn what we should not do. Then before I mix my resin, I'm just going to go look at the photo that they have on their website and make sure I think I got it right before I pour this. Otherwise, I'll clean some spots off or fill some spots in that I think I missed. See, I think that spot stay. If it's shiny like that, then I would say leave it. I need a new one. So the stem is pretty too wet. And I think I got too much here. All right, I'm just gonna speed you up for the last little bit so I can concentrate on what I'm doing here. And then we'll grab some resin.
Brushes in hand and the world is my stage. Colors are loud like they're breaking the cage. Sparkles explode in a radiant haze. Crafting a masterpiece that's gonna amaze. Glitz and glitter lighting up the night. Painting dreams with a shimmer so bright. Rhinestones dancing, catching every eye. This is my moment, gonna touch the sky. Dipped in gold with a stroke of flair. Diamonds shine in the midnight air. Glue and gems, they're my magic spell. Turning the ordinary into something to tell. Glitz and gold with a stroke of flair. Diamonds shine in the midnight air. Glue and gems, they're my magic spell.
You probably won't believe me when I say this, but I'm going to use clear because I want to see it shine. However, not completely clear. I haven't used this one for a while. This is the diamond that I got on Amazon, but it's like a silvery kind of diamond dust type thing. So it's a little bit different than the crushed crystal. It's got a little, and I'm going to do a little bit bigger of an amount than I would normally do, just to give it a little extra shimmer. And then I'm going to split it in half and vacuum chamber it and see what it looks like with clear. Now I mixed up 8 ounces. I know I'm not going to need 8. There's no way. So I just wanted to have a little bit extra. Do a couple different molds over here that I got waiting just in case I know I'm going to have extra, but we might tint it color before I put it in some of those extras. So that has a lot, but I might put another little tiny scoop. Should I? Now the one thing I can tell you is, because I didn't want to use black or dark color because I didn't want that on the jar. I didn't want a black jar. I mean, it might be pretty, but I didn't want to do that. So these colors here, they'll be the same no matter what color you pour in, but this one here on the little stamen or whatever it is, that's the color we're probably going to see. But it would have been totally different if I put black behind that one. I think I'm going to put it one more little scoop. That's that. No more. I am going to split it in half. This will definitely bubble over in the vacuum chamber in this cup, so I definitely will be splitting it. All right, that looks pretty good. You don't need glue or anything for that kind of micro glitter. It will stay suspended all on its own. You know what would have been pretty was that Aurora powder would have been pretty in there too, now that I'm thinking about it. Too late. All right, I'm gonna put some in this cup and then we shall go get the bubbles out. Come on over there with me.
Glitz and glitter lighting up the night. Painting dreams with a shimmer so bright. Rhinestones dancing, catching every eye. This is my moment, gonna touch the sky. Each bit a story, each stroke a script.
All right, let's just pour it in. I'm gonna use this one first because it's not measured. Oh gosh, that didn't take much at all. We're totally gonna have a lot of extras. Not much at all. Pour a little more in. I think that's good. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a lot extra. So if you get this mold, you do not need much at all. That's it. I don't even need anything in this cup that has 4.5 ounces in there. Maybe just a smidgen. I do want to go up underneath this lip though, because it's going to hold bubbles. Oh my goodness. I didn't take out that many extras. 4.5. Maybe I'll pull out one of the molds I have on deck that take that much. Let me just scrape this one. And we'll do two completely different molds. That looks pretty good. So this took 3.5 ounces. I knew it was going to be small, but not that small. Wow. Okay. Well, 3.5 ounces, guys. You can make gorgeous little jars for 3.5 ounces. Isn't that nice to know? I should have put this on paper towel because now I got to be really careful pushing it aside. Let me go find a mold that I wasn't expecting to do. 4.5 ounces. I opened up all these pigment pastes too to try a bunch of colors on the last like 2 ounces and now it's all over my hands. So I'm gonna change gears. So I pulled this little fella out that I've been dying to do. This came in Happy Mail a little while ago. It's a little alligator, crocodile, or whatever you want. And I think, oh, I don't have eyes that shape, so I'm not going to bother with glass eyes. And this is one of the colors that I pulled out to try. Phthalo Green by Just Resin. And it's all over from opening up that lid. So I split it. I put 3 in here and I put the rest in there, like 1.5, just in case I don't need all of it, which I don't think I will. Oh my gosh, pigment paste gets everywhere. And that way I could try another color if I don't need any more of this resin. Let me just wipe my stick. And this is a transparent that I have never used. I kind of want it more than transparent, but I didn't really want a mica powder because I wanted to try these colors. So we're going to put a nice bit in there. And that's nice and dark. Of course, I need to get that off my stick. Otherwise, it won't cure in him. I hope it's not too dark. I'm sure I'll be doing something to him when he gets out. Of course, there's a sparkle in there too, so no big deal. That is plenty of paste. I probably should have went a little lighter, but that's okay. So let's spritz this little fella. Little 99% alcohol to pop the bubbles. And see how much he holds. Did I guess right? No, I need a little more. And I could just pour clear in there. I don't really have to color him anymore. But first, I'm going to scrape. Remove that. Get all of this out. I'm sure I put some bubbles in there when I was mixing it, but that's okay. Let's just fill them all the way up. We could very well get a crackle out of it now. There we go. That's it for that one. I'm just gonna pop those bubbles on top. I don't see any bubbles on the jar. That's good. Now we have a little bit left, so we're gonna do another color. Of course, I didn't put him on paper towels either. So that was that one. I took out dark turquoise, ultramarine blue, and in the jar, I can't really tell, but which one would I like to do? Ooh, let's do that one. Is this one transparent? Yes. Let's try to do it transparent this time. We'll do this one another day. I need my stick clean. And we'll just, man, this one is packed to the brim with paste. Some are packed more than others. They must go by weight and not volume. I don't want very much at all. I'm like literally gonna take all of this off for that little bit of resin and just do that. And that's even, I'm gonna wipe this off because I don't want that much pigment paste getting mixed in. Barely anything. That way I can keep it transparent. And we will do something. Let me just mix it a little bit better. Again, there's that diamond dust in there. Let's do, I pulled out this butterfly. Let's do this one for sure. And this is holographic. Let's see if I have any left. Should look good with the blue. I know black looks the best, but I didn't want to do black. Do need to get it into the little antenna. And around this little hole maker. Yeah, the antenna is going to be real fun. One drop at a time. And this one, you better cure it and completely cool it before you try to oops, wrong spot. Before you unmold this one, because these are the first thing that will come off. There's not a whole lot of resin around them and around that little hole for the right here for your jump ring. Let's dome this one, otherwise I'm going to be trimming it a lot. And then more in the antlers, not antlers, antenna. I think that's good, except I want to clean that one really well because it will be hard to trim after the fact. I'm gonna get all that off of those edges. That should be good enough. Little spritz. And we'll move that one aside. I only have a little bit left. Let's do, you know what I'm gonna do? Let's do this cute little mushroom. But I wanna paint some mica powder in there. I have these little flakes from Baltic Day. And these were Happy Mail too. And they fly everywhere. And it doesn't help that the ceiling fan's on. But I thought that this would be better than a blue mushroom. Hopefully it doesn't fly into that jar over there. That's what I don't want to happen. This one came with like 12 colors. Get it in every little crevice here. It's not a ton in here, but it's enough for this little project, plus some. These things usually spread pretty good too. I'm not gonna bother changing the color. I mean, my resin is sitting here getting warm, so I don't have a lot of time. But I thought this was the cutest little mold that I have not poured yet. This is an into resin mold as well. That might be really pretty when it's done. This is the little kit. I guess I don't need all this stuff in there so I could see my colors, but it comes with all these different colors. There we go. And I typically turn everything upside down so I could see what I'm looking at. I've only done a couple of them, but these are all the colors they come with, and you get a brush. So that's them. Let's just, oh gosh, I hope I have enough now to fill it up, because I don't know that I do. I don't think I do. Didn't think about that part. Oh my gosh, just enough. And it's domed. Oh, that was so lucky. Okay, that's it. Well, we got a lot on our plate today, more than I expected. And let's get to curing. Everything is cured and ready to come out. Oh, you're asking why I have resin out and some more pigment paste? Funny you should ask. You know I'm gonna pour it twice, right? Well, that's what I'm doing. So I actually mixed up 4 ounces. We're gonna move these for now. 4 ounces of fast cure, 4-hour fast cure, because I want to see if we can pour that in the fast cure. And I'm going to try this Debbie shimmer that I just received. And it looks gorgeous. It's green and shimmery. And I'm just going to pour 1 color so you can see the jar without painting that flower. If you don't like to paint or you don't have the patience for something like that, we're going to show you what it looks like without that done. Let me just get all this off of my knife. And then while it's in the vacuum chamber doing its thing, we will unmold everything and look at everything else. Before that, we're gonna get this mixed up. You know I can't do something one time for you guys. I've got to give you options. Look at this beautiful green. And I'm gonna wipe it off because I don't know how much we need. So we don't have as much time as I had to work with the regular epoxy, which is like 40 minutes. This one's more like 20 minutes. So we have plenty of time to get it in the vacuum chamber and debubble it and unmold all at the same time, trying to save you as many minutes as you possibly can. Oh, you know what? I want to get that off of my stick. That end portion. Trying to utilize that napkin as much as possible before I grab another one. Okay, that's good. So I'm just gonna remix it one more time. Pop it in the vacuum chamber. Oh, I see some on the edge of that cup. That's gorgeous. It is like a transparent, or I don't know if it has to be. I don't know if it says on the bottle. I didn't really look. I think it can be opaque if you want it to be. Yeah, it doesn't say anything, so I'm assuming if you add more, you can make it opaque. Let me throw this in the vacuum chamber. While that's working, let's get this out so I can pop it in there as soon as it's done. Oh man, all that, and I still ended up with a couple bubbles. One right there, one right there, one right there, one right there. But that's okay. It looks really nice. Honestly, you can't even tell they're there. I will fill them in, of course. Let's see the bottom. It is best, I just happen to have gloves on, but now I'm thinking about it, on your handmade molds, it's best to wear gloves when you're unmolding it so you're not touching that shiny part of the silicone. Oh, that's why it didn't take much. Look at how little and short it is. That's why it's not taking that much resin. This looks so much deeper, doesn't it? I don't know. It does to me. So that's really pretty, and you can see the sparkle. I'll fix those bubbles with a drop of UV resin. That's cute. So that still came out kind of like shiny. Let me check my... Okay, it's good. It's not going bubbling over or anything. So it looks good with the mica on there. So those were more gold, a little gold. More gold than I thought they would be, which is what I wanted actually. So that's cool. Okay, let's see. Well, let's get this one out, but I want to clean that before I take it out, or it's gonna be not fun to clean after. So I'm just gonna take some alcohol and get all that powder off. Otherwise, it's no fun later. Look at all of it. I got it everywhere. Stuff likes to fly, but it does look cool in your pieces. All right, this is the mushroom. Look at those. I'm sure I'll color that in, give it a little flare. Got to trim those edges. So that is really pretty. Whatever color that was, it's got orange, yellow, and red. I don't think the little bottles from Baltic Day are mention what color they are. Let me check that again. Oh, hang on. This is why you don't walk away from your vacuum chamber. So I lost 2 ounces of my resin, and I am going to scrape it back into the cup because I just cleaned the bottom of this thing. So there shouldn't be any bits in there. I should not have walked away. I knew better than that, and I did it anyway. So now I have to let this cure and peel it all off the bottom of this again. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I lost 2 ounces just talking away. Get that out. I don't want to scrape it, but I do want to scrape it, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to end up with bubbles because there's bubbles in here, and that is not going to be great. Look at all that all over my cup. I think what I'm going to do is put this in 2 new cups that are much deeper. Actually, I'm just going to put it in 1 cup that is much deeper, and I'm going to go watch it this time because I don't want all these bubbles in my finished piece, especially since it's transparent. It is not going to be good. So, 1 moment please, guys. Okay, it has been averted. It is now collapsing on itself so I could walk away. Let's get these unmolded. Oh my gosh, what a mess. I just cleaned that mess up the other day. Oh, this one's still a little soft. Remember I said wait till it's cold? Yeah, Michelle, wait till it's cold. Here it is. Look at the holographics on there. Can you tell? There we go. Looks pretty nice. So you'd have to have like a jump ring to go in the center of these, otherwise that wouldn't be good. So that's pretty cool. The crushed crystal diamondy stuff though isn't as sparkling in there as it is in a normal mold. It is on the back, but because of that holographics, it's kind of like a matte mold with the holographics, but that's what the crushed crystal looks like anyway. All right, let's get this baby out. See what we're going to be working with here. Oh, look at all that crystal in this. Some was probably from the paste, maybe. I'm not sure, but I know. Oh, I love that deep emerald with a bunch of diamonds in it. Oh, he's so cute. Look at his little tiny arms and tail. He's so cute. I will get him all fixed up. He's gonna be gorgeous. Okay, let me move these and go check my thing, and let me go grab that out of there. Of course, it's getting really warm right now because it's 4-hour fast cure. I'm trying to pop a bunch of bubbles that are left. I am gonna spray these because I don't want any bubbles in here. I'm just gonna fill it up to there. Spray this one. And then I'll go back and fill up the lid. Hopefully the shimmer that's in this are going to hide those bubbles. That's what I'm banking on anyway. All right. So this one held 3.5. That's why I made up 4. And try this again. I ended up with tiny little micro bubbles anyway up under here. Let's pour this in. It's getting so thick. I just want to see if it'll do okay with 4-hour fast cure. No other reason. Just don't do what I did in the vacuum chamber, and you could have poured it about 10 minutes ago. Let me get that. And I do want to scrape it in there, so I expected to have a 1/2 ounce left over, but that is in the bottom of my cake pan over there. A lot of you ask what size cake pan that is. It's a 9-inch silicone cake pan for my particular vacuum chamber. Well, I ended up with exactly the right amount, so I don't have any more extras to finish, put it that way. Okay, no problem. Alright, let me go back around this edge. I don't know, I can't tell if I'm getting anything or not. Oh, look at that one that came out of there. Hopefully it'll look good, even with all the micro bubbles that I just incorporated into this. Just spraying a ton of alcohol on it, just to keep them popping as they come up. There's one right there. Don't put a torch to it now, as Don would probably do. That one won't pop. There we go. Okay, I think we're good. That's just alcohol all around the edge. That's not resin. I will probably finish these up while we're waiting for this one to cure.
Michelle's hands, steady and true, crafting tulips in a resin hue, a jar of beauty glowing bright, shining like stars on a summer night. Oh, she's got faith in a Lord above, every pore, every touch filled with love, from glitter jars to a crocodile's grin. Her heart shines brighter than the world she's in. A resin crop with a crown of gold, eyelashes long, a story told. It's the small things, the care she gives, that shows the light in the life she lives. With every sparkle, she lifts a prayer. Her craft's a canvas for grace to share. Oh, she's got faith in her Lord above, every pore, every touch filled with love, from glitter jars to a crocodile's grin. Her heart shines brighter than the path she takes. Oh, she's got faith in her Lord above. Every pore, every touch filled with love. From glitter jars to a crocodile's grin, her heart shines brighter than the world she's in. Her heart shines brighter than the world she's in.
It is ready. Let's see what it looks like in just a color. I still ended up with a bubble. Just one. That's it. Okay, well, it's matte and shiny. So you've got some parts of the flower that have shine to them. So you can kind of see it. I can't believe that one bubble right there. One and tiny one. But that's a really pretty color. I bet we'll see it better in the little base here. Try not to touch the mold. There it is. And it did come out transparent. You can see through it. There it is. And if you don't like it green, then you can paint on after the fact if you want to. But I think I'm going to just leave it like this for that special person who doesn't like bling. I mean, are there any people out there that doesn't like bling? There's got to be some. That's really pretty. So here's the other one with it all done up, and there's that one. So what do you guys prefer, so I know for the next time what most of you would rather see be poured? Clear or a color? Painted or not painted? I am going to just fill this little tiny bubble in, and I'm going to use my bonding resin, my little light, and a little scribe. This is what I did to that one. I just put a drop of resin on my table here because that's all you need. I took my scribe and I filled it in. It filled in really nicely on that one because it's a clear resin. It basically filled the whole thing in and you couldn't even tell it was there, but. And then all you do, this bonding resin, it cures really, really quickly. I did put the other one under the big light for about 5 minutes just because I overdo everything. And I want to make sure that nothing goes out the door without my best foot forward. I try my hardest, you guys. See, that's already cured. But I will go ahead and put this one under the big light just in case. And I'll show you how I finished everything. Oh, and don't forget to either wipe it off or cure it on your table because you don't want to get it in your little hands, especially if you're allergic to it. So that's good. It's not going to get on my hands. All right, for the butterfly, this is what I did. So I got a really big jump ring to go through because it was really difficult to get through there. Now, I don't suggest this going in like a purse or anything because these little antenna are going to break off no matter what. They're pretty thin. So bag charm, yeah. I highlighted some spots with some rhinestones, and then I put a little butterfly charm and a tassel on it. So that will look cute on a purse or a backpack or something, but I would not be shoving that in my purse. Here is the mushroom one. I had mushroom ones from Happy Mail a long time ago, been waiting for the perfect use of them, and today was it. So I drilled a hole right in the top and then put an eye screw in there and then made a keychain or same thing, bag, purse, put a little tassel on. So that's cute. I colored the dots in with a gold, went underneath with a little bit of gold, and that is that one. Are you ready for Miss Priss? Da 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 da! Look at this face. She's got her long eyelashes on. She's got green eyes to match her green dots. A green crop crown that I blinged out with rhinestones all the way around. I gave her some really thick eyelashes. She looks so cute. And then, of course, crocodile teeth. I put some rhinestones in her nose. That's pretty much it. I mean, I cleaned her bottom pretty well. I mean, she's not sharp or anything. Oh, I missed a spot cleaning it. There's some white right there. Just take some alcohol and get it off if you miss anything. But all in all, I think she is adorable, and I see myself making this one in many colors. 3.5 ounces, so I hope some days I have some extras because I can't make this all the time, but she is adorbs. Alright guys, well, this is done in the big light. I'm just going to trim this off before it goes out the door. Let me know what you think. I got to trim the bottom too, but you don't need to be here for that. I'm going to get you guys some pictures. I hope you enjoyed yourself today and I kept you company for a little while. I will see y'all tomorrow. Have a blessed day, everybody. Bye.
Glitz and glitter paint her way. She lights up hearts come what may. With a brush of faith she starts. Jesus whispers through her art. Patience blooms in every hue. Her love for viewers shines so true. Shimmer sparkles in her eyes. A radiant soul under bright skies. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Her colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining heart. Canvas dreams and sparkly streams. Her laughter flows like sunlit beams. With each stroke her spirit sings. A masterpiece of golden wings. She sprinkles joy like morning dew. In every shade a promise new. A life of love, a life of grace. In her art we see his face. Glitz and glitter, Michelle, a story. Her colors tell faith and love in every part. Jesus guides her shining heart.